Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I want to share my thoughts, my feelings and my kind of reaction to this particular episode of Waterloo Road, because it is based on an ADHD storyline, an undiagnosed ADHDer. The character is Kelly Jo, I'll put her up here, and you see her from the beginning of the episode struggling with sensory issues. So you see her struggling to find the right pair of socks. She couldn't find the socks that weren't scratchy. She couldn't, she couldn't regulate herself because the thought of not wearing those particular socks were overwhelming and causing her to have a sensory overload, sensory meltdown. So that's kind of the first scene, and I'm going to play it, just a little part of it, so that you guys can know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to play it all, I just want you to see little parts that I can personally relate to and share my story with you guys through. If you want to watch the full episode, if you go down to my link in my description, in the link I'll put the BBC iPlayer link. You can only watch it if you are in the UK. And well, we're gonna jump straight into it, but first, if you remember to smash me a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will forever be grateful. And yeah, let's get on to the video. So the first part I want to show you is when she is in her house in the morning having a meltdown and about socks, not being able to find the right pair of socks, the ones that aren't scratchy. Her sensory issues are obviously causing a meltdown. So her family and friends around her can't see that. They can't see what is causing her to have a meltdown. So you see how undiagnosed ADHD can affect those around you, and they've done an amazing job of representing this. So yeah, let's watch it together.
Not here. Why are they not here? I'm not having it. People messing with me stuff. It's the same thing every morning. She's stolen them. As if I stole your socks. What's going on in here?
Hey, what are you playing at? That's mine.
Oh, I need the ones that I like. I can't wear the scratchy ones. You don't get it. No one gets it.
Touch my stuff again, you are dead.
Hey, Preston.
No, I'm not dealing with this. Cheese off her head.
So if you've been watching my videos and following my journey on YouTube and Instagram, you'll know that I am very particular about the socks that I wear. If I don't have to, I will not wear socks. Like that's 100%. If I don't have to wear them, I won't wear them. I hate socks. I hate the seams. I hate how they feel restricting around my ankles. I don't like them. So I can definitely relate to this character because it has caused meltdowns, frustration in my house. Before work, before school, it has caused that issue in my house. So this was just the first couple of minutes, and I know that my family were like the character Preston who stormed out the house because he couldn't take it. I know that that has happened in my house, in my family. It's my reality, and seeing it portrayed and represented on the TV like that is like, wow, that's me. Like that's my life. So yeah, that part was a huge part, but I mean it gets so much more relatable as we go on. So yeah, let's jump to the next part. So the next part that I'm going to show you is when Kelly Jo is in an activity lesson, like a drama lesson, and she is partnered with someone, and her role in this partnership is to listen to what her partner is saying, retain it, take in and be attentive, listen, take in and process what this person's saying about them, so that you learn more about them. And then the second part of the activity is you have to relay what this person has said. So what you processed about this person speaking to you, you have to kind of tell them what they said, basically. I mean, that's what I took from this scene. But what I found so relatable is you see the character Kelly Jo in a state of overwhelm, like the noise, she's moving her collar. As you see, I do that a lot. Like I move my hood collar, I move my hair, I move quite a lot. So I saw her in this state of overwhelm, and I could totally relate to this feeling of of zoning out in a sensory meaning, and yeah, just being totally overwhelmed. Like when someone's talking at you and you know that you have to try and process it, it just becomes like, I can't do this. People see it as kind of you're being obnoxious, you're being rude because you aren't retaining and listening, but the problem is Our brains just don't work like that. We can't process a lot of verbally we struggle to process things. It can be really difficult to stay like on track and listen and kind of not become distracted. So yeah, I see this character and I can relate to that feeling of zoning out and being like overwhelmed by the noise and people talking at you. Like it's a lot.
Okay everyone, today's activity is all about listening. So find a partner, person next to you, and take a seat. So A's are going to talk non-stop about themselves, and B's are going to be as attentive as possible. Got it? Let's go.
And some people think I'm well into myself. No, I'm an empath. Oh my God, Kelly Jo. Miss, assistance please. I can't work with that.
I was wondering if we could find some time to discuss Kelly Jo. I just don't think I'm handling her right.
Yeah, sadly not. Kelly Jo needs proper boundaries and consequences.
Well, I don't know. I wonder if she's struggling with some...
Oh, you see, this is where so many ECTs fall down.
Oh, I know I could be firmer.
So it's this next part of this scene that really got me and it made me cry.
Kelly Jo, come on, it's your turn. You're meant to recount what I just said. Kelly Jo, it's your turn. You're meant to recount what I just said. Hello? It's your turn. Come on, it's your turn, Kelly Jo. You're meant to recount what I just said. Kelly Jo, hello? Hi, come on. Kelly Jo, it's your turn. Miss, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to put me with someone a bit more. I can't work with her.
No, well, I don't want to work with you anyway.
Wait, I'll work with you.
Show your cable!
Oh, I love it when you're fine.
I know, but you're the only one acting up.
Oh, it's not fair. Think of it, I can't do it.
Is everything okay here?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
No, everyone's always on at me. I'm sick of it. I'm not working with anybody else.
Kelly Jo.
I don't want to work with anybody else.
Enough! Enough! Enough!
Please.
I am not having you ruin this workshop for everyone else. Go and sit down and be quiet. One more word and you're out.
So as you've just seen, her partner was like, Miss, I can't work with her, she's not listening, I need to work with someone else, like, she's not doing it. As you can see, instantly, well, I don't want to work with you either. Because that is, like, a lot of people with ADHD and who are autistic as well, we struggle with rejection sensitivity. We really struggle with RSD, so rejection sensitive dysphoria. And that is humiliating to us when someone's like, I don't want to work with you, you're not good enough, you can't do this. I mean, making it public like that is not okay. It makes us feel really like belittled, like, well, we can't do anything, nobody wants to work with us. In my experience, I was isolated, my peers started to realise I was different, and I started to feel like I was being segregated, that people just didn't like me because I wasn't like them. So when I saw it, I instantly got like a lump in my throat because I've been in that situation where people are like, I don't want to work with you, and it's humiliating. And the first thing that you can do is, the first thing that comes, well, I don't want to work with you either. Because you don't want to think like, yeah. But like you've just seen, and as that happens, she gets frustrated, and obviously her feelings, when you have ADHD, it's hard to regulate our emotion. And then one of the, obviously the teacher with the pink hair, Miss Spratt, comes up and tries to kind of deal with the situation in hand. And, you know, in that moment, it's flash emotions. I remember, an ADHD's emotion they just, it flashes before our eyes and it overrides us, and we don't have the time to process, talk about it, and then kind of think about the things. Our brain just doesn't work like that. She was quick to react and kind of push the teacher out of the way. But I can totally relate to Kelly Jo and her character, because I was in a situation, and many times I know how hard it is to kind of conduct yourself, hold yourself together when you feel so at war with your own mind and your own kind of feelings. Like, it's hard. It's bloody hard. As you can tell from this scene as well, that it wasn't dealt with in a very kind of good way. Like there was no kind of redirection, there was no let's go outside, let's speak about this in a manner, let's not do it in front of the class, let's take the situation away from here, let's go outside, let's call and let's have 5 minutes. There was none of that. It was like go away and sit over there and do not speak again, and very like, you know, it just wasn't dealt with in a good way. Again, if you know my story, you know my educational kind of journey, you know that that was pretty much exactly my experience. I was excluded, I was put into pupil referral units, only allowed in to do my exams, and I wasn't allowed to prom, but thankfully my behaviour mentor in the end got me a ticket. But I've been in that place so many times that I know how it feels, and it's like sometimes you just need that person to be like, let's sort this out together, you aren't alone. But in this like particular moment, she hasn't got a diagnosis, nobody really understands her, she's misunderstood, she feels misunderstood exactly like I did. So yeah, let's move on to the next kind of scene, because again, this is the part that broke my heart.
I'll work with you, Kelly Jo. Don't worry, I can keep her under control. Should we try this again? Come on. My name's Kelly Jo, and...
what, Frederic? You know what? Why don't we just do you? Hey. Yo, Sam, watch this. My name's Fred. Yeah? You know, all my drama school mates are rich and they're famous, and I'm a saddle tosser with a bald head.
You've got a real attitude problem, you know that.
You what?
I wonder what hole you'll end up in.
Okay, that's the end of the exercise. How did everybody find that?
Good work, eh, Kel?
Yeah, what did you just say to me?
Kelly Jo.
Miss, just get off me!
Right, you are coming with me.
No, Miss, it's him. You can't say that to me, you can't.
What did you do?
It's just a misunderstanding.
Kelly Jo, don't start.
No, it's not me, though.
It's always
It
you.
was you threw rubble last week, man. Leave her alone.
Oh, she's getting angry.
Right, okay, we all just need to calm down. If you don't leave right now.
No idea what's wrong with her.
You joking? Oh my God! Everyone's always blaming me.
Kelly Jo.
Kelly Jo, please.
Get the silly cow away from me! No, somebody do something!
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. It's over now.
Right, everyone, head to the library.
It's okay.
Wendy, you've Kim with you.
It's all right.
It's
It's all right. It's all right. Shh. You're safe now, all right? You're safe.
Cousin needs tranquilizers.
These were all proper snide with her.
Like, I'm not one to share raw emotion online. Like, I will not just pull out a camera and film myself having a panic attack or crying. Like, I'm just not like that. I'm quite a private person. So I want to show you how I felt in the moment, a raw emotion, right after I watched it. I want to share that with you because it's so important to me that you guys know that I'm a real person and I'm not just someone on the internet. Like, I've had such bad experiences in the educational system, and I was failed, and I see my life and my experience played out on this particular episode, and I just want to share it with you because I just want to share to the world that is how I felt.
Do you know what? I'm not one to cry, and definitely I'm not one to document it, but I watched the Waterloo Road episode of ADHD when one of the girls is really struggling and they find out she's got ADHD, and like I can't help but like they've done such a good job of like documenting it, because that's how I was at school, and like how she feels is how I feel a lot of the time still, and I'm diagnosed, and like how they've documented it is just amazing. You need to watch it. Like it just made me like realise that's how I feel, and how they've documented it and how they've shown it is incredible, because the anger and how people feel and say things and how people feel towards you, I've never seen it portrayed so accurately before. And I just want to say thanks, because there's not a lot of people that are aware of ADHD, and if they are aware of it, they have the total wrong idea and they just believe the stigma. Their knowledge is so like vague. They don't know the complexities, and like it's hard.